Bienvenue encore une fois à Tele Access. Nous venons, moi c'est Jacqueline Arnaud avec Community Access Center. M'a représenté avec Magali Prezo qui vient avec plus d'informations pour nous.
Welcome everyone to our show, Tele Access. I'm really excited about our guest speaker today. He's going to be coming with a lot of information for parents. So it's very important that all parents and students listen to our upcoming interview today.
Well, nous toujours dit communauté hein, que nous gagnons pile information pour eux, nous gagnons pile ressources. Alors, il y en a ressources nous aujourd'hui. Hein, première fois, nous venu avec Superintendent Robert Wansey. He's with the Broward County School Board. In first time he's coming to our Labvini na Island TV, Labvini na Tele Access pour ba information à tout parents, tout petit monde qui dans communauté, hein, surtout haïtiens. Alors préparez-nous pour nous tendre un bel programme avec Superintendent Robert Wansey. Restez branchés.
Citoyen, est-ce qu'on connaît gan pile bénéfice, gan pile ressources disponibles pour de yo? Ou pas connaît pour diable? Eh bien, jodi a ou fait qu'apprendre gen yon organisation qui là pour assister ou nan joindre tout bénéfice ça yo. Li relè Community Access Center CAC, adresse li c'est 89 10 Miramar Parkway, suite 208, téléphone 954 534 91 13. Si tout nous même immigrants qui poko habitué à système pays a, nous pas ka brasser. CAC a aider on les affaires joindre Medicare, food stamp, a aider rempli application pour Florida Kid Care, ARS Vita, rempli taxe gratis, fait test grossesse, test sida gratis, case management, service interprète. Ah, yon pila kon paquet l'autre service. Yo travaille 9h du matin pour 5h du soir. Faut relais pour prendre rendez-vous avant aller. Yo parler anglais, espagnol et créole. Connaissez vous pral mener.
Ou ka vin rempli taxe sou gratis ti chéri dans Community Access Center. Côté tout spécialiste yo là pour bon tout avantage qui gagne dans affaire taxe. Tako ITC, Charles Tax Credit, e-filing, etc. Relais jeudi à même pour un rendez-vous 954 534 91 13.
Hi everyone. Today, who we have today, let's see, Mr. Robert Wansey, the superintendent of Broward County Schools. We want to welcome him to Tele Access on Island TV for the very first time. So we welcome you here because the community has heard so many great things about you, but they haven't met you.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and as a son of the islands, I think it's just appropriate for me to be on Island TV. It's long overdue. You know, I was born in Jamaica, in a small parish called Per Town in Trelawney. Came here when I was 6 years old with both my parents, who had the equivalent of maybe a third-grade education. They did a lot of manual labor and really worked hard to make ends meet, to make sure that we could take advantage of the public school system. And it's because of public education that I sit here in front of you here today. So, part of my ambition in life is to make sure that we can give all kids the same type of opportunities I have, where it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter, how much money your parents make, it doesn't matter the color of your skin or your ethnicity, that you should be able to have a chance to be successful in this international global community.
That's a great philosophy. Once again, thank you. Haiti and Jamaica has a long relationship anyway. Jamaica did help us with our independence as well in Haiti. So, you're one of us.
Well, look, Haiti has been the country that's been kind of my heroes, if you will, because they were the first country in the hemisphere to really fight for their independence and became a role model for the rest of the Caribbean and in fact the United States colonies as well. So Haiti, I think, deserves a special place in history.
Thank you for recognizing that. We're really proud of our heritage and our history. We're fighters to the end. We have folks that have come to this country looking for that dream, hoping to come out of situations how your family came here, with third grade education and now looking for that, you know, American dream, like all immigrants. But how are students doing in Broward County schools?
You know, I would say our students are doing well. Our goal is to make sure that we continue to improve. But I will tell you that our agenda and our lens, when we look at student success, when we look at educational opportunities, we do it from an equity lens. And that means that every child in the system needs to be able to have access to opportunities in the system. So we try to make sure we close and eliminate opportunity gaps first. And then when you eliminate opportunity gaps, you begin to eliminate achievement gaps. So when we look at Broward County over the last several years, we've seen continued improvements and gains in academic outcomes on all areas of the state standardized assessment across the board. Graduation rates are the highest they've been in over 5 years. Our advanced placement rates, which are college level courses our kids are taking in high school, in some cases middle school, we have the highest pass rates we've had in over a decade, and we're doing that while we're closing achievement gaps at the same time. So the achievement gap between our black students and white students in this district continue to close and shrink. And one example is computer science. And we push computer science in Broward County because we know in the 21st century, there's no real job or experience you're going to run into where technology is not a significant part of that. So we have expanded what I believe may be the largest computer science implementation in this country. Over 50,000 students in Broward County being able to take advantage of that. On the advanced placement courses, the number of black students that took advanced placement computer science in Broward County this past year was larger than the entire rest of the state of Florida.
Wow.
Right? So that just gives you a sense of kind of how we're moving there. We continue to improve outcomes in our schools. We have reduced the number of F schools in Broward County from 22 in 2015 to only 2 today. And we certainly believe that we're going to continue to improve those schools. We work extensively with our students, throughout across the board. And one of our students who sticks in my memory because, I continue to work and support that student as best as I can, which we ran into in Miramar. We have a program throughout Broward County called Mentoring Tomorrow's Leaders, which is a peer mentoring, leadership, and support program to really address students that we see are at risk. And this gentleman, student Michael, he was struggling at home. His caregiver, they had lost their job, and so he felt pressure to go and help bring money in. And he was a freshman and a sophomore in high school while this was going on, and his grades deteriorated. He began to get in lots of trouble, being involved in some criminal activities, and so he was at a point where we were going to remove him from the school. We gave him a second chance. He participated in the Mentoring Tomorrow's Leaders program, and he just really became a model student, learned from that experience, began to mentor other students, graduated from high school with lots of support. He was even on the stage during graduation, became a favorite of the administration.
Wow, okay.
And he's now going to FAMU in Tallahassee and pursuing his degree. So those are the kind of success stories that we continue to see. So it's not just students who are coming through and have no challenges. I think the kids that have lots of challenges that they come with, and Michael was one of them. He was a Haitian student that just had a lot of challenges he had to go through. And so our philosophy in Broward County is that it's not about fixing kids anymore, right? Because every kid, all of us have challenges that we work through.
And baggage and family issues.
So what we need to do is to fix the environment so that it's adaptable to every student and that we can customize the education approach, that we can personalize it so that they can thrive and be successful. Because if we engage kids in the right way, if we're able to connect to them, if we're able to deal with many of the social, emotional components of their life, then they'll have a purpose for coming to school. They'll have a connection. They'll have hope, and they'll want to succeed. And that's what we try to build in all of our schools for every child.
Yeah, and it's great that these initiatives, especially I believe under your umbrella, under your reign, as a superintendent, these initiatives came out. How do you deal with students where the home is speaking one language, the student might be speaking another language, and have you addressed like the language issue? I mean, the first step, of course, is wonderful that you came here, because now the parents of students know that there's this great program, Mentoring Tomorrow's Leaders, that they're able to get their children into. But how do you deal with the students that this might be their second language, which is English? Well, you know, can you just briefly address that challenge?
First I would say, you know, a lot of things that we've been able to accomplish in the district is due to having great people working there. So I can't take all the credit for that. I mean, some of the
But
folks,
that's a sign of a great leader when you share the credit.
Well, I've been blessed to have great leaders. We have a great cabinet. We've got great staff. One of them, you know, Mikael Pope.
Yes, our Shiro in the school system.
She is really outstanding and became a really big partner with me as we changed the district's policies around student discipline. When I arrived in the district in 2011, Broward County had the largest number of student arrests, expulsions, and suspensions. And those arrests, suspensions, and expulsions were disproportionately impacting our black students, and in particular, black male students. And Mickey and I shared the same conviction. She really helped to implement and execute the work that we've done, her and her team, to get to the point now where Broward has moved from being #1 among 67 districts in terms of the number of students that are being impacted to, I think, number 5 or 6 from the bottom. Just made a huge change. Our student arrests are down by over 60%. Behavior referrals have changed, and they've been reduced by over 30–40% throughout the district. And most importantly, we're providing the kind of interventions and supports that our students need to be successful, including an intervention program called Promise, where about 90% of the students that have gone through have not had any subsequent behavior referrals. So that's just an example of the great staff that we have and the work they're doing to really help our students succeed. When it comes to the language barriers, you know, Broward County is maybe one of the most diverse school systems in America. We have students from over 200 countries speaking over 180 different languages. So we have always had to create a culture and environment where we embrace that diversity and provide support. So through our ESOL office, our English speakers of other languages, we provide English language learner services and support. So whether, you know, so our students can actually get the support they need as they're trying to make this transition. So as an example, we have many students who are coming over and enrolling in Broward now as a result of the recent hurricanes. We do things such as we make sure there's interpreters available. We make sure they're screened and enrolled in English language learner classes and supports. We typically will pair those students up with an actual buddy in their school, which is another student.
Like a peer-to-peer support.
Yeah, from their country that speaks their language, but also has made a transition and is as fluent in English as well. So we do what we can to make sure we're helping those students make the appropriate transition and providing all the services that they need.
And the environment now, as it refers to immigrants. I know recently there was a resolution that was passed for the We Are Broward support plan.
Yes.
And that came around because of ICE coming into the schools. Can you give us a little background and how does that impact our students and Haitian parents that might have those immigration challenges or fears of sending their kids to a Broward County public school?
Well, there should have been a positive impact for the family. So unlike what the rhetoric that we've seen coming out of the current administration, we wanted to make it clear to our families, our students, and our communities that Broward County Public Schools is a safe place for our students. That's number one. Number two is we needed to provide clarification on what the law actually says. The law is such that our schools are safe zoned for our kids. ICE and other immigration officials can't just show up on a campus and start roaming the campus looking for undocumented students. Federal law prohibits that. And so our resolution didn't change the law. It didn't go against the law. It made it clear to our constituents, our students, our families, exactly what the protections under the law are. So in this current climate, the safest place for a student to be is within our schools. And we've also provided direction to all of our administrators and our educators in our schools that should you see any immigration officials show up at your school, potentially looking for students or anyone, they need to be referred to our legal counsel to make sure they have appropriate documentation, warrants, and because they need to have a specific purpose, a specific individual and reason for being there. You can't just come look for undocumented students on our campuses. So we try to make that clear, and we also develop the We Are Broward piece and worked with a lot of different partners such as Children's Services Council, United Way, Hispanic Unity, and others.
And Community Access.
Community Access.
We sit on that committee.
Exactly. So lots of organizations to make sure that we can provide as a community the type of supports, the right kind of information to our families. It's a challenge enough. Just trying to make it through each and every day, trying to make ends meet, working 2 and 3 different jobs, just trying to be good citizens and contribute to the continued growth of our community and society, and to have an added burden that you potentially could be deported for really no reason at all when this country is built on immigrants and continues to be so. We can't just decide, okay, now we want to change the narrative and the course of history when it's very clear that this country's wealth, its success has been built on the backs of immigrants from all over the world. It is what makes America unique, our ability to embrace people and become, a melting pot. And so we need to continue that tradition, and we want to make it clear that Broward County is a big supporter of our community, our Haitian families, and everyone. Welcome, you're safe, and we're going to do whatever we can to protect you and support you.
Yeah, and I think it was also extended to after-school care activities as well, and transportation and bus stops.
Every segment of our community that touches the lives of kids are incorporated into this. So we make sure we include everyone, because it takes a village to raise a child. Broward County Public Schools can no longer operate in a vacuum. We need to partner with organizations such as yours and others to make sure that we're servicing our community, because as they say, we're stronger together.
Definitely.
Yes.
Ensemble, nous pijam. Union fait la force. There's a bunch of acronyms that could really match what we're talking about. And I want to thank you. Also, the school has been involved in missions to Haiti as well. After hurricanes in Haiti, after the earthquake, the school has been involved in sending supplies and equipment to Haiti. So that's been very
and one of the things, met with some of the Haitian officials last year, and one of the things that we try to do is to make sure that we're not creating our sense of what people need, but we're actually talking to the people on the ground who have the needs for resources, and that we're helping them in ways that they feel appropriate. Because I think a lot of what's happened in Haiti and other areas in the past is that the resources have come in ways that have been uncoordinated and in some ways unproductive and may not be as helpful as we would think. So we look forward to any opportunity where we can work in a collaborative fashion, not just on relief efforts, but as partners in the education process of young people. I believe that our kids can learn from the kids in Haiti and vice versa. We have global scholars programs in the district now where we're connecting our kids to other students around the world to work on projects. Technology allows us to do that today. And online and through other means. And so I would welcome the opportunity to create a learning community with Haiti and connect that, especially with our Haitian students here.
Like a sister school kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot that we can do to connect our kids, because part of what learning is about, in my view, is to create a level of critical consciousness with our students, right? And that means that we need to be able to allow them to connect what they're learning in school to their lived experiences they're having at home and in their community and in their culture, and that they should be able to then be able to identify opportunities for positively impacting their communities. If we don't do that, we've lost a critical element of the purpose of why we're educating our kids. And so being able to make those kind of connections, I think could benefit all of us.
Very powerful, and we could probably talk for another half an hour. But our conversation is coming to a conclusion now, and I want to thank you, Mr. Runcie, for coming on Island TV on Tele Access show. Community Access Center truly appreciates all the work you've done as the superintendent of Broward County Public Schools, and we hope that you'll come back. It's not going to be the first time, it's not going to be the last time, it's going to be a continuous.
Oh, we have hours of things that we could talk about, so I'm looking forward to coming back and certainly sharing with you and our community the things that are going on in Broward. And again, I think the more information that we share, the more connected we are, the better future we're going to be able to create for our children, and that's what this is all about.
Well, thank you. Well, that's our superintendent of Broward County Public Schools, and we want to thank him again. Stay tuned.
Citoyen, est-ce qu'on connaît gan pile bénéfice, gan pile ressources disponibles pour vous? Ou pas connaît pour diable? Eh bien, jodi a ou fait qu'apprendre gen yon organisation qui là pour assister ou nan joindre tout bénéfice ça yo. Li relè Community Access Center CAC, adresse li c'est 89 10 Miramar Parkway, suite 208, téléphone 954 534 91 13. Si tout nous même immigrants qui poko habitué à système pays, nous pas qu'à brasser. CAC a aidé on des affaires joindre Medicare, food stamp, y a aidé rempli application pour Florida Kid Care, ARS Vita, rempli taxe gratis, fait test grossesse, test sida gratis, case management, service interprète. Ah, yon pila kon paquet l'autre service. Yo travaille 9h du matin pour 5h du soir. Faut relais pour prendre rendez-vous avant aller. Yo parler anglais, espagnol et créole. Connaissez vous pral mener.
Ou ka vin rempli taxe sou gratis ti chéri dans Community Access Center. Côté tout spécialiste yo là pour bon tout avantage qui gagne dans sa fait taxe. Tako EITC, Charles Tax Credit, e-filing, etc. Relais jeudi à même pour un rendez-vous 954 534 91 13.
Welcome back. We're still talking to our wonderful superintendent of Broward County Public Schools, Mr. Runcie. Let's continue our conversation. Like we were talking before, there are a lot of challenges our students are facing, and I think Broward County Public Schools is doing an excellent job with initiatives and making sure that all students get equity in education. One of the challenges that we find is parental involvement, especially in Broward County schools. You know, our parents, you know, it's very difficult for them to come to PTA meetings, to respond to teachers' concerns. You know, how do you feel about that?
You know, I just reflect on my own experience, right? We're having two parents that immigrated here from the Caribbean with me when I was 6 years old. My parents, on a couple of one, I think they felt somewhat intimidated by, you know, the system, the bureaucracy in itself. Number two is that they were working multiple jobs and they were getting hourly wages, and every minute that they took away from those jobs was less money to put food on the table. And so as a consequence, my parents never came to school. They showed up once when I had gotten in trouble, and that didn't end well when I got home, right, for a whole number of reasons. But you know, so my perspective is, just because parents can't make it to school doesn't, you know, for a PTA or they can serve on different committees, that doesn't mean that they're bad parents.
Or they don't
or that they don't care about their child. I have yet to find a parent who did not care about their child and want them to have the very best in life. And so we need to recognize that parents are going through a lot of different types of challenges, situations. And so what we need to do is to figure out how we can begin to continue, you know, and change and transform our definition of support. So I believe in some cases now we need to start thinking about bringing the people in the school environment out to the community. And that means sometimes possibly doing home visits, going out to churches and so forth. We encourage our principals to make sure that they go out and connect with the community at different venues and find our parents and community leaders where they're at. But what I will say at a minimum for our parents is that you should go to at least one student-parent conference with a teacher, so you can actually, one, develop a relationship with the teacher, share your phone number and information, let it be known to your child that you have a relationship with that teacher now. That can go a long way in terms of at least providing the support. So even if you can't make it to school as a parent, the teacher feels comfortable, they're able to call you, they're able to engage you, let you know what's going on. I think that at a minimum should be a plus. And then the other thing I would say, we promote early literacy in Broward County. We're trying to ensure that every student is reading at a proficient advanced level by 3rd grade. To get there, parents can play a very critical role. Read to your child every night, right? Every evening. Make sure that, you know, they have access to books, and we've made books available all throughout our schools. We've tried to make sure that every student has a Broward County library card. Last summer, JetBlue was giving away up to 100,000 books for free. So as you go throughout Broward County, we have a campaign for grade level reading, and there's lots of resources, a lot of opportunities to get books. When you know, my kids were young, we would make a trip to the library once a month. They all got a library card. It's free. You go in, get as many books as you want, and in addition, many of our libraries have all kinds of programs there for kids as well. So I think our parents can continue to be part of the educational process. They may not always have the opportunity to be at the school, but I believe we can continue to support them.
And locally with our parents especially, media is very important. Our parents and families listen to a lot of radio, and now a lot of them, of course, get Island TV.
Right, which is why this show is so important.
Exactly.
And I absolutely need to continue to come on as much as I can and bring some of our other educators and staff to really share what's going on. So I really,
especially if you have like Haitian psychologists, Haitian social workers. Now I know
school
we have
leaders as well.
Leaders. I know we have an assistant principal now who's also of Haitian descent, which is wonderful.
Yeah, we have a number of them. There's one in particular that stands out to me, and that's a young lady who is an assistant principal at our Park Ridge Elementary School, which is one of our struggling schools for quite some time, has a large Asian population.
I hope that's not the reason.
No. She actually wasn't at the school at the time. She was at a different school. So what we did was we declared the school as a turnaround school a couple of years ago. We put in a new principal. They hired basically all new staff. One of those staff members was an assistant principal who's Haitian descent. And we have a community liaison in there, but we try to make sure that we put in that school people that could connect and support the community. And that school has really thrived. This year they went up 2 letter grades.
Oh.
The whole culture has changed tremendously at the school. It's one of my favorite places to visit just because of the commitment, the hard work of the educators there, the leadership, how the culture has changed. It's a great example of what we need to do to make sure that we're continuing to address the needs of our kids. The school works very well with the community. They're continuing to do outreach to bring parents in to find creative ways to get them engaged at the school. So that's something we need to work on. And you know, part of my goal is to continue to work to make sure that we can develop our pipeline of Haitian educators who ultimately can become school leaders as this district continues to grow. Our Haitian, you know, when we look at our recently arrived immigrants, it's our second largest group, about 6,000 this year. And it's a much larger portion of our student population. So it's a group that we need to make sure that we're continuing to meet the needs of those students and connecting with the community and listening to the community in terms of what resources and supports they need.
Yeah, and now in the community there's a big challenge with the role of charter schools in Broward County, and there's also a House bill that says that the schools are even filing lawsuits. What is all that about?
So Broward County, along with 12 other school districts, recently filed a lawsuit against House Bill 7069, which has a number of provisions we feel that undermine the constitutional authority of local school boards to manage, operate, and oversee local schools. So there are portions of the bill that effectively create a parallel shadow public school system that's really run in the private market without any public oversight because there's no elected school boards, there's no real accountability to it. So we feel that's in direct violation of the Constitution of the state of Florida.
There's no quality control.
No, there isn't really much control when you have that going on. So charter schools have a role in our community. This bill is not about public, traditional public schools versus charter schools. It is really about, again, the constitutional right of school boards to exist and be accountable to the community, and that taxpayer dollars that are then invested in public education, that there's appropriate oversight as our citizens have deemed necessary. The other parts of the bill that we're concerned about is the sharing of capital millage. And what the bill does, it takes capital millage from our traditional public schools and shifts it over to charter schools, whether they need it or not for their facility. Number two, whether or not those facilities are owned and operated by private entities. So effectively, you have taxpayer dollars being sent for capital needs where there may not be a capital need. Or number two, it's being invested in a facility that is not owned by the public. So you have public dollars financing private assets, and that's a challenge.
And what can the community do to get involved in that?
Well, I think the community can continue to support our legislature, and the Broward delegation has been very supportive and aligned with the district's position. But they need to continue to reach out to the governor's office, the Speaker of the House, the Senate Majority Leader, the key leaders in our state government, to let them know that they want to maintain accountability in public school systems, that many of these provisions are going to adversely impact kids. And so we have a website. So if you go to the Broward County Schools website, browardschools.com, there's a legislative action page that we have, and it provides you all the information on the bills. It has all the contacts for you, your local elected officials, your state elected officials. It even has information that you could look at, that you could utilize to go and send electronic communication.
Is this a new bill, or has been on?
This bill is new. It was passed at the last legislative session at the last minute. There wasn't a lot of transparency in it. The bill was put together on a Friday evening, released on a Saturday, and the legislature had about 48 hours to review and vote on it. And it passed. It passed by one vote.
One?
Just one vote.
And can I ask who presented the bill, or who presented the bill?
It was, the House leaders. I think the bill was originated by, and the major backer, the House Speaker Corcoran, is a big advocate of it. That's a bill he's championed. And again, my view is to get away from the personalities and the people, is to look at this in a most objective way, and
how it impacts our
and how it impacts kids. And I believe that the challenge, the bigger picture, is not traditional schools, charter schools. It shouldn't be about this House bill and the issues that are in it. The bigger issue is that we don't have sufficient resources for our kids in the state of Florida. The per pupil funding in the state of Florida is $7,300 per student. That's what the funding is, $7,300. Now, mind you, the national average is over $11,000 per student. So think about how short we are as a state, which puts Florida down at the bottom, in the bottom 5 out of 50 states in this country in terms of education funding. That's a huge issue. That issue actually was recognized in House Bill 7069, because there's a provision of the bill that allows any charter school that's opening up in an area where you have a failing school that is high poverty. The bill says that students in that situation need an extra $2,000 per year. So the bill provides for that. We would argue that they need that $2,000 now, and they need it next year. They needed it the year before.
Just to catch up.
Not just whether it's a charter operator or there's some kind of special designation, but I believe it's a recognition that our kids need supports. What do we use that $2,000 for? School nurses. We need school nurses every school. We need behavior specialists. We need psychologists. We need more counselors in the schools to be able to help our students. And then finally, we also need to do a better job at compensating teachers. The way teachers are compensated in this state and in this country is, to me, significantly inadequate based on the value that they provide and the work that they do. So part of my goal and focus is to figure out ways to continue to advocate for additional funding that we can actually earmark and allocate directly to improving compensation for our teachers. And so that's going to be one of the things that I work on and focus on as we go forward.
Well, thank you for all that information. That's really informative. And any of our Haitian community leaders that are out there listening to the superintendent, we need to all be involved in making sure funding comes into our schools, and especially those that are more challenged. So, but I thank you so much for the information. I look forward to our next conversation, and I also look forward to inviting others from the school system to keep our parents, our students, aware of programs that are available, what to watch out for, just to increase their awareness, because that is very much needed in the Haitian community. And venues such as Island TV, Community Access Center, Haitian Radio, I mean, these are the ways to reach us as fast as possible and to the masses. Yeah,
maybe on our next show we could talk about many of the resources that are available out there for students and families. We have a lot of it that's electronic, that's electronically based. They certainly go on the internet and get that. We also have opportunities that we're creating in the community, so we could talk through some of those things as well.
Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.
We'll be back.
Si Citoyen, est-ce qu'on connaît gan pile bénéfice, gan pile ressources disponibles pour de yo? Ou pas connaît pour diable? Eh bien, jodi a ou fait qu'apprendre gen yon organisation qui là pour assister ou nan joindre tout bénéfice ça yo. Li relè Community Access Center CAC, adresse li c'est 89 10 Miramar Parkway, suite 208, téléphone 954 534 91 13. Si tout nous même immigrants qui poko habitué à système pays, nous pas qu'à brasser. CAC a aidé on les affaires joindre Medicare, Food Stamp, y a aidé remplir application pour Florida Kid Care, ARS Vita, remplir taxe gratis, fait test grossesse, test sida gratis, case management, service interprète. Ah, yon pile à kon paquet l'autre service. Yo travaille 9h du matin pour 5h du soir. Faut relais pour prendre rendez-vous avant aller. Yo parle anglais, espagnol et créole. Konyan se ou pral mener.
Ou ka vin rempli taxe ou gratis ti chéri dans Community Access Center. Côté tout spécialiste yo là pour bon tout avantage qui gagne dans affaire taxe, tant que EITC, Child Tax Credit, e-filing, etc. Relais jeudi à même pour un rendez-vous 954 534 91 13.
Quelle belle interview, hein, avec Superintendent Robert Runcie.
That was exciting. We're very lucky that we have a superintendent for Broward County Public Schools that really cares about the Haitian community. And as you heard, he has a lot of initiatives to make sure that all students find equity in education.
Vraiment. Et puis, il est humble, il est vraiment simple. Ils sont
sage.
immigrants, ils sages, oui. Ils sont immigrants tant que nous-mêmes qui vivent dans le pays. Il commençait histoire li était vraiment triste parce que il commençait même gens nous tous commencé dans le pays nous vini nous pas connait parler langue là nous pas gain rien et puis quatre côté le rivé superintendent quelle belle histoire vraiment et puis tout point tout ça l'a fait pour communauté s'il ka fait li nous ka fait le tout
oui et puis les besoin nous toutes vinn aider faire ça l'a fait you know support tout le monde dans Broward County pour tout le monde joindre ça y a besoin.
C'est ça. Moi même parle ici que t'es involve que le créer en tout, il travaille avec l'autre monde pour créer sous ICE. Mon
the immigration.
Yo pas qu'à entrer dans l'école, vinn retirer un petit monde comme ça. OK, fait ou passer par gain règle.
The safest place to be is the school.
Dans l'école. Non, on trouvait que là font bon travail.
Et puis la retourner.
Oui, les konya nous bal goût. Nous parlons de test of the Haitian communauté, so li vle retourner avec plus d'informations. So m'ta souhaité tout parents, tout petit monde qui t'attend des programmes là, vraiment prendre note et vraiment si vous voulez aider, relez nous dans Community Access Center pour nous capables joindre façon pour nous travailler ensemble pour aider dans Broward County.
Et puis si vous avez un problème dans l'école ou l'école, vous pouvez relez nous, quitter un message et puis ouais, si nous pouvons aider avec ressources nous avec the superintendent.
So, nous aider déjà parce que nous avons parents ou bien moun dans communauté l'autre organisation relais nous mandé nous aide avec ti moun qui gen problème l'école. Si petit nous gon problème que nous pas ka résoudre, nous ta remet que nous aider parce que nous gen contact là qu'on y a. Haïtien Michael Poptou qui travaille avec superintendent là cap aider nous alors relais Community Access Center pour plus d'informations.
And that's just one of the things Community Access Center does. As a matter of fact, all these resources cost money, and everybody hates to talk about money, but Community Access Center is blessed to be able to provide services for the last 7 years, free services to especially our Haitian community in Broward County, and now even through our TV show on Island TV, thanks to our sponsorship with Island TV, from Tele Access, we inform everybody what's going on in Broward.
Et bien c'est ça que fait, n'a demandé tout le monde dans la communauté pour venir supporter tout ça que n'a fait dans la communauté. Comme Maggie dit nous avons 7 ans depuis n'a prendre service gratis dans la communauté. Tout ça nous besoin service taxe nous fait gratis, nous besoin food stamp, nous avons problème la caille nous pas payer bill nous aider gain pile service youth program nous aider ti moun l'école.
Yeah, the superintendent is well aware. He sits on the board of Children's Services Council, a big sponsor of our youth program Youth Force, where we're at Perry K through 8 working with middle school kids after school, as well as providing free summer camp program. I mean, that's unheard of, and in the Haitian community, that's very difficult to find. So on October 28th, we're having a fundraiser, and we want everyone to come out and support us at Casa Champette.
That's right. It's going to be Ralph Condé live performance. It's $50 per person, and dinner is included. It is not, we're not going for the $100 because we know, again, we're non-profit, we know how hard it is, but we do want everybody to come and support us.
One of the things that we partner in is our Haitian baby shower. We've been involved in Healthy Start Coalition, conducting a Haitian community baby shower, and it's connected purely in Creole.
BP. We partner with a lot of organizations. We have Urban League.
Et puis c'est Femmes Haïtiennes n'a invité.
Oui, fois ça, nous gagnons vendredi 27 octobre, nous fait un gros baby shower.
Gratis.
Oui, des cadeaux, éducation, tout service ça yo, a fait dans Urban League of Broward County, qui dans 560 Northwest 27e Avenue, Fort Lauderdale. Nous partenaires avec un pile l'autre organisation qui pral venir avec non seulement cadeaux mais éducation et l'autre service que yo pral bay nous oui, tout parents qui maman qui enceinte même mari yo capable venir tout
oui,
pour avec papa petit voilà. So m'ta remet di nous tout monde qui cap là qui sponsor qui ka aider nous si nous tendez organisation que nous avons besoin, nous besoin parler avec eux, venir poser questions. Si on enceinte, c'est dans Urban League,
required, pas vrai?
Memorial Healthcare, Broward, of course, Healthy Mother, Healthy Babies, we can Community Access Center nous-mêmes, Children's Services Council of Broward as well, Sunshine Help, and Help Me Grow. Toute organisation ensemble collaborer pour mettre gros baby shower ça pour toute maman haïtienne qui est enceinte.
À quelle heure?
9h30 du matin jusqu'à 1h30 de l'après-midi. Lunch included, y a ba nous manger breakfast and lunch. Gen pile topic, en pile information que yo pral ba nous sur breastfeeding, sur prenatal care, interception, sur sleep practices, comment pour bébé comment pour nous mettre bébé nous dormir pour nous pas gen seed death. Okay, HIV and STD prevention.
But I know that they have limited seating. So c'est pour RSVP, si vous voulez là, si vous voulez information pour gagner un petit qui gain santé and your new mom, qui boy pour RSVP parce que pas gain en pile place. En pile chaque année nous gain presque 200 mamans enceintes qui là. Jackie, bon nous téléphone pour tout le monde relais.
Bravo Maggie, bravo. Maggie a parlé en créole. Moi mais ça, il fait effort, bal crédit. Okay.
Just for in action.
Vraiment, vraiment. RSVP très important. C'est 754 244 95 52. Again, 754 244 95 52 ou 954 265 84 18. Les deux numéros ça yo either or pour nous capable réserver place nous n'attend nous vendredi ou après nous là pour nous aider nous et ben nous toute information que nous besoin.
Et si vous voulez acheter ticket pour fundraising community access center fait samedi le 28, c'est ticket yo lan Casa Champette ou ka passer ouais Casa Champette et puis acheter un ticket $50 seulement. Mais la paix des programmes nous tant que à luncheon pour grand monde pour mon âgé.
Oui, parce que nous avons un luncheon que nous faisons le dernier mardi du mois, chaque mois.
Pour 7 ans.
Nous avons 7 ans à faire, mais nous avons besoin de support. Si nous n'avons pas de sponsor, nous ne sommes pas capables de continuer à faire tout service gratis. Alors, si nous attendons, aidez-nous. Aidez Community Access Center à continuer le programme. Voyez support nous. Pour ticket encore, non seulement nous pouvons joindre dans Casa Champette, mais relez-nous personnellement si nous voulons. Téléphone moi c'est 954 744 65 22. Et téléphone Maggie, c'est 786. Allez-y, Maggie.
786-488-5407.
Ou pas qu'à dire en créole?
Non,
Ou pas vle?
c'est pour ça que je suis là.
Ah, mon Dieu. Répétez-le encore.
Oh gosh.
786
488
488
5407.
5407. Alors, nous dit tout le monde merci. Nous dit Island TV merci pour tout support.
And we want to thank the superintendent of Broward County Schools, Robert Runcie, and Michael Pope from the school system
Broward
as
County
well.
School, yes.
So thank you everyone for joining Tele Access. We look forward to seeing you at our Haitian baby shower, as well as our fundraiser on Saturday. Gaf Konde, come dance with us. Come party with a purpose.
Et pareil pour nous acheter Basic, parce que nous avons Basic qui sponsor nous. OK? Nous avons Mac Basic. Si nous jouons Basic, nous avons Mac Basic. So préparez-nous, venez à l'argent pour nous acheter Basic.
Oui, l'autre sponsor c'est Vitas, pas vrai? City of North Miami, ou l'autre. So nous avons pile monde chaque année, ticket nous fini. So go to Casa Chambre and get your tickets right now.
Ou bien venez-nous pour qu'on prenne ticket nous. Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye bye.
À la prochaine.
Very good.